So we're at a situation here where Trimet has just gotten done cutting service back to the original here comes the pandemic level, which is 20% cut from what was before the so-called pandemic. So they've gone back all the way back to the pandemic level of service. Uh, so they didn't restore any service. That's what I'm getting at. They restored no service since the pandemic. Now, I personally consider it a management failure. They had plenty of time, they had plenty of money, but all these enterprises are using, oh, nobody wants to work for us. Bullshit. When everybody knows you can make it an attractive to people for people to work there. You can raise the wages up. So you don't have to wait 3 years to get 60,000. How about you hire them at top wage and take everybody else and push them a little bit ahead of that's already been suffering through this shit. But they're not going to do that. They're going to allow their service to be shit because they don't care about the bus riders. Eric has been right about this all along, and it's amazing how accurate he's been. Now, the reason I'm doing this little video is because this was brought to my attention here. Okay, On the Go with Joe is sponsored by Trimet. Now, I understand that Trimet has a public relations problem. Of course they do. And that's on them, okay? But when you see this happening, okay, we already know that mainstream media is the actual mouthpiece of government. You know, they push whatever the government tells them to push. But when you actually see it right in your face like this, like sponsored by Trimet, okay, is that appropriate? That's your tax money going to an advertisement on TV. Now remember, 99.9% of the people seeing this don't have any concept of Trimets at all. Okay, I'm one of the few people that actually understands these issues involving Trimet, but 99.9% of the public has no clues. So they're going to see this and they're going to have like, oh, yeah, that's good. They're sponsoring On the Go with Joe, and they're going to have fond feelings. Like, I guess that's the idea that the propaganda department of Trimet is pushing. We need to make ourselves look better because we're doing so shitty. So I just think it's pretty awful. I mean, why don't you just buy an ad, Trimet? Okay, just buy an ad. It's bad enough that this guy's been doing like help wanted ads for you on mainstream media. Okay, fine. All right, I don't have that big of a problem with it, but this is pretty outrageous even for Trimet standards.